Hi, everybody. I'm Dale Pinkert. I'm your anchor here in FX Street's live analysis room. Yesterday, we talked about that the dollar could pull back. That's a scenario that's unfolding on my screen today. How's everyone doing? So we got this initial bounce in the euro. Once we came out of this falling wedge, diverged down here. I don't think we're done. Alien put out a nice tweet. We could go 1420. This break was about 200 pips, so if we rally to 1420, that could take us down to 1220. My best guess going into Draghi is that after this bounce is over, that we pull back to the 12.5 level, and that could be an inflection point. Looking for the market initially to sell off the euro on the ECB or Draghi's speech, and then a buying opportunity. So we talked about a possible, this was A, and we're getting a B wave here, and then we get a C wave, which could either be equal to, have equality with this initial break. So if we got up to 1450, that would take us back to 1250 would be equality. And then that's a buying opportunity between there and 1180. And your risk would have to be under 1080. So that's the way I'm seeing the markets going into the ECB. So far, so good. How's everyone doing today? Who's in the house? Give me a Y if you understand my analysis and preferred scenarios going into the ECB on Thursday. Hello, Alien. How are you? Amateur, welcome to our community. Here's my first piece of advice. Change your handle. Okay, Jack's is long cable here. So amateur, I would change your handle, because if you're calling yourself an amateur, you'll always be an amateur. So consider a different handle. Hi, Jax. How are you? Jax long cable. Let's take a look. Good to have you sharing your work again today. We miss when you don't show your charts. So Jack's playing this dollar pullback on the long side of cable. Looking for a test up around 55 again. All righty. Thank you, Jax. Everyone thank Jax for his look on pound dollar. Thank you, Jax. Yeah. Well, log in under a different handle. Change your handle. Hello, Goldie, Khalid, Kev, Jax, Planet. How are you, MRC? I'd like to congratulate Ali on his live crude short yesterday. Was doing it off a 15-minute chart. I think it was good for maybe 100 pips. It was up here. Said we should not get back above 47. Broke to 620. So that was a nice scalp. Good call. Everyone congratulate Ali on his short call on crude yesterday. Planet short the pound from 55. Okay. Okay. That's what makes a market. I think I saw a few new handles in here. Maksud, I believe you're new. Beg is back. Ross is new. Tico, Malcolm. Everyone congratulate Ali. Okay. Left or right wing, Ali? Big welcome back. Everyone welcome Ross to our community. Have Ross feel at home. So conservative or liberal, Ali? Right wing? Nationalistic? How are you, Khalid? How you doing, buddy? So you're the man, Ali. You're the man. You haven't given the man award away in a while. So you're the man, buddy. Congratulations. Hi, Fame. Okay. What a beautiful trophy you just won. Life-changing award. Are you crying? You'll lose your head. Your account. It might be dead. Use less leverage. All right, speech. What's your acceptance speech, Ali? Good, Khalid. Hello, Gray. Hi, Grays. How are you? Hi, Big. How are you? Is that your acceptance speech? Okay. Everyone, it's with the greatest of pride that I'd like to announce how humble I've become. It's with the greatest of pride that I'd like to announce how humble I've become. Hi, Luimo. How are you? Everyone doing okay? Let's see some Larian artwork. How about some Larian artwork, guys? We got one chart from Jax on his long pound trade. Let's go to work. We could settle down tomorrow and then get ready for the ECB on Thursday. But there's still some time to accomplish a few things here. What's new, Luimo? Hello, Abel. MRC, welcome back. Big, welcome back. Tico, haven't seen a chart from you in a while. Veteran. Hello, Malcolm. Ziggy, nice tweet. Thank you. Everyone, welcome Maksud. I believe that's a new handle in our community, Maksud. I'm going to call you Mock. Hope that's okay. Welcome, Mock. Welcome, Ross. Everyone, welcome. The new handles. The Grays have been here before. It's an adversarial alien race to Alien Ovicho, who's green. So we're going to send Captain Kirk in to facilitate a peace treaty between the Greens and the Grays today. Should be historical. Everyone doing okay? CAD pulling back to the wedge line here. I still think we have 131.80 in CAD. This could be a pullback to buy the CAD right here. I think it was Kleber who said we'd pull back. We're pulling back, maybe pull back to 29.5. Thank you, Jax. Okay. Everyone thank Jax for his look here on the 1 hour pound dollar chart. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Jax. So I think 29.50 is going to hold in cable. And we get one more rally to 31.80 or so. Beg, how's your experience been in LAR so far? Fame, how's it going with you? So I see a few handles are showing up more frequently that are fairly new. UK Kev, how are you? MRC's been showing up. UK Kev. Malcolm keeps coming back. Goldie keeps coming back. Good sign. So it's my mission to build up and edify traders every day. It's Mauricio and my hope that we're adding value to your trading experience at FX Street with the new channel, YouTube channel that launched about a month ago. We have Filippo Gioia with us later on for our interview. Filippo is a self-taught trader. He mentors, teaches, tries to spare people from the landmines he already stepped on during his trading career. So looking forward to our interview with Filippo later on in a little over an hour. Well then, mission accomplished, Kev. Good to know. So for all non-U.S. residents, if LAR's helping you like it's helping Kev, support our sponsor, FX Pro, establish an account with them, and tell them Dale sent you from LAR at FX Street. That's my commercial. Still think there's a chance we'll be able to short Aussie yen up around 89.5, back near the breakdown. It's just above this high, 89-ish. Maybe on the ECB we'll have this chance to get short here. I think you're projecting. That's called projection, Jax. Everyone doing okay? So far, it's Jax is the only one contributing today. Jax and me. What are you stalking, Khalid? Tico, you have a view you want to share with us? Veteran, you're probably at work. Vague, do you have a view you'd like to share with us? Ross, feel free to share your ideas in here. We're all captains of our own ship. Planet, you have a chart to demonstrate your bearish call on pound dollar. Papa Goldie. Euro's getting ready to come out of here. Maybe we go 1420 and then 1220. Just a guess. Okay. Thank you, Aileen. So if we have a quality from 114 into Draghi, that would take us to 1220. Is there anything at 1220? 12, 12 and a half. Very good. That's a pearl, Ziggy. Thank you, Planet. Remember, LAR is not about me. It's not about you. It's about everyone. And for LAR to be effective, it means sharing comes from everyone, not just me, not just a couple that do it every day, but to get the most out of the community. Showing your work will make you more accountable to your work and sharpen the steel. Steel sharpens steel. So when you show your work's going to get better because you're going to feel more accountable to showing it. If you could drop your ego and not worry about what people are going to say or what they think about your work and share your work, I guarantee you through that process, your work will become more effective. Anyone agree with me on that? That when you show your work, you're more accountable because you're sharing it? So to share it, your work becomes better. Hi, Happy. How are you? Don't worry, be happy, Pips. Everyone doing okay? How are you, Happy? Alien, can you help plan it out? Ziggy's on fire today. Thank you, Jax. Once we got over 1340. What is this indicator called, Jax? What is this purple thing here? What do you call it? Everyone thank Jax for showing the zero look. What do you call this purple thing that kind of looks like a band, and then here you have some type of arc here? Thank you, Jax. Interesting stuff on your chart. Everyone thank Jax. Thank you, Ali. What is that purple thing, Jax? The end's running. The end, I think, will top by Thursday as well. looking for inflection points on the ECB and a lot of different asset classes. There's some fib time relationships that come into play on the ECB. How you doing, Abel? Everyone hanging in there? Hello, Pegasus. Nice to see your handle. Okay, thank you. Previous stage pivot. Interesting. How are you, Simon? What are you stalking, Khalid? The Kadic, what are you stalking? Everyone doing okay? Canada getting ready to test this 29.5 level. I think that's where we're going to hold. I think 129.5 is more important. That's a couple of previous highs here. So just to give you a look, I think 130 is more psychological, and 129.5, that's not what I wanted to do. 129.5 is more important than 130. You see that, Happy? That was a breakout point that we may be coming back to test 29.5 or so. That's my view. Hope it helps. Anyone else have opinions on Canada for happy pips? I still think we're headed up to 131.80 in the days ahead. Okay. That's my view. See how people miss you, Simon, when you're not around? People miss you. How are you, MRC? Okay. Glad to serve. You're very welcome. You're short the guppy. Thank you, Ali. Tough call. I don't know what to do with it. I'm really waiting for after the ECB, but that could work. You're looking for 84. Yeah, a lot of moving averages converge here at the 84 level. Good hunting, veteran. Everyone wish veteran good fortune on his short guppy. Looking for 100 pips plus here. If you want to be a star, show your charts in LAR. If you're trading real hot, then this is the spot. You might be able to buy a new car if you hang out in LAR. Give me an LAR. LAR. Looney intraday. Here's Jax's. So here's Jax's view here. There's a pivot that it's back under. Okay, thank you, Jax. And then we got one from Alien. All right. He's only looking for 31.20. So that's much shallower than I thought. Maybe that's it. Thank you, Alien. Thank you, Jax. Everyone thank Alien and Jax, just like Abel did. Nice guitar, Ziggy. Stratocaster. Everyone doing okay? Got about 45 minutes until we talk to Filippo. I can't remember the last time the pound was so range bound by about 50 pips for 3 days now. EG still under pressure. Everyone doing okay? Okay, happy. Glad to have you as part of our community. Any other new handles in here today? Pan is back. Welcome back, Pan. Lowell is back. Hi, Lowell. How are you? John's in the house. Hi, John. How are you? Cable's comatose. No, what? I think Thursday will be the day. Thursday. Don't forget, Val will be covering live the ECB. I believe I'll be joining the coverage for the Draghi press conference and speech. So my best guess is what we're going to do is the euro is going to rally maybe into tomorrow or Thursday morning, and then we're going to sell off on Draghi one more time. The last Draghi speech was this day, right here. Draghi took it down. There was only one more day follow through. Maybe this time we don't even get 1 day's follow through. Maybe we're into a support level after the speech and then turn. Okay, Lowell, take it easy. So this was Draghi's speech a month ago. Took the euro down 100 pips. Maybe it was this day. But it ended up setting up a buying opportunity. I'm thinking the same thing could happen here. That if the euro sells off into Draghi's speech, it's going to be a buying opportunity. That's my Nostra Pinkert scenario for the ECB. Anyone have any suggestions for Papa Goldie on books? So that's by Raggy Horner. Okay. Yeah, Goldie, I have one. Read Revelations. Revelations. And get prepared. So I'd like to encourage more people in our community to share their work and become more active in here. It's taking a little bit coming up. I think you showed that. Thank you, Jax. Okay. Now you're making me nervous, veteran. I don't like to have too many people agree with me, you know. Then I have to fade myself then. I'll have to fade me. Everyone doing okay? Okay. It's not coming up. There we go. It still looks like the Canada. It's still the Canada. Right? Yeah. So I don't know what's wrong, Jax. You keep sending me the same chart. Hi, Clubber. How are you? How's it going, Club? Okay. Could be the reverse. I like the area we were talking about, Canada, Clubber. I was showing this 2940, 2950 area. So we're looking right around the same way. Clubber, you see that? That's where we broke out of a wedge. And then we have an ascending line at 2950, 2945. So we're thinking that's a good area. So everyone thank Kleber for sharing his entry on where he's going to buy USD CAD. And let's see if this is a guppy chart from Jax. No, it's not Jax. It's still a Canadian. It's still a Canadian. Everyone doing all right? I'm going to take a quick break, I think. Okay. All right. I'm not taking a break. All right, Kleber. So we have a self-taught trader with us today, Filippo Gioia. I believe he's from Italy. Maybe he's in the UK now. Looking forward to speaking to Filippo, and he said he's made every mistake in the book, and he helps people avoid stepping on the same landmines that he did. I think that's a great mission. Okay, finally got a different chart from Jax here. I'm not sure what kind of chart it is. The year's high is 84.70, and we're above it. Is that the point? Thank you. Thank you, Jax. Everyone thank Jax. WTI range bound. Gold's trying to make another run here. Both stocks and bonds lower. Okay. Okay, clever. Thanks for continuing to try. Appreciate your efforts. Okay. So what do? You pay for it, you have zero leverage on it or 2-to-1 leverage? What kind of leverage do you have? Zero leverage? Yeah. How you doing, Big? So there's the gold. Okay. Interesting approach. Zero leverage. Can't use any less leverage than that, Clubber. I'm going to take a quick break, everyone. I'll be back in a minute. I'll be right back. Stand by. Continue to collaborate with each other. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Oh, 6-to-1. All right. All right. Thank you. This is Clubber's some kind of platform here for him. Excel sheet. Thank you, Clubber. He's got all his key critical numbers on a spreadsheet. Interesting way to approach it. I want to thank Clever for showing how he breaks down the markets on a spreadsheet. Million ways to skin a cat. So I'll be looking at 2023. Thank you, Planet. Yeah, 2938. Yeah. I also saw 2023 on the end. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Planet, for sharing your look here. You know what? Jose showed this chart on Twitter. He was looking at the same thing, this 1, 2, 3 area. Thank you, Planet. Nice macro view. What is this? Daily? Daily it is. Thank you, Planet. Everyone thank Planet for his live trade and his look on the daily pound dollar. What did I do? Thank you, Planet. All right, see you, buddy. See you tomorrow, buddy. Thank you, man. Everyone thank Alien for all his great contributions today. Everyone thank Planet for his look, his daily look on cable. Thank you, buddy. Okay. Everyone thank Planet for his view on pound dollar, please. He jumped through some hoops to be able to show it. The minimum we can do is say thank you. That's the decorum we keep here in LAR. We use magic words like please, thank you, and you're welcome. Old-fashioned stuff, guys. Please, thank you, and you're welcome. They're magic words. Use them. There you go. Planet's a pioneer. He's been here for a while. There goes the euro. Okay. What are you looking at? If we get through 181, next target 74, right? 74 clubber. So I think it'll be a sale on Thursday. What if we have this A, B, C, and we have a quality 80. So 5 from here would take it to 87. Can't we go to 87 first? That would be a quality. 510. Okay, that's no big deal. But can you see this in, this is when we held, I think this was the NFP, but pretty much rallied 500 pips, a little less than 500. So I think actually where your stop is at 86.80 is equality, You see that? A, 500 pips. B, high or low. Equality from here, 500 pips takes you at 86.80. Until Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Monday. It could be equal though. What if it's equal? C could be equal, but I'm figuring 86.80 is equality. Okay. Just my opinion. Okay, 88. It's possible. All right, club. Everyone okay? Okay. Yeah, back to here. Back here. $89.30, 61.8 back. $89.30. Okay. EuroCAD looks negative. Everyone thank Planet for his live trade in EuroCAD. Looking for new lows. 4-hour EuroCAD. Thank you, Planet, and thanks for coming back and sharing your stuff. Everyone thank Planet for sharing another look. That was a 4-hour EuroCAD. He's short. Good hunting on that, Planet. So thank you for sharing the live trade and the chart. Great to have you here with us. Who misses Planet when he's not around? Give me a Y. I do. Thank you, buddy. Everyone doing okay? About 20 minutes until our interview. Stick around for Filippo Gioia. So we all root for each other in here. We're glad for others' success. We don't root for them to fail so that our difficulties do not look as bad. Yeah, he's still short. You're okay. There's a new handle. Do you have a chart you could show us, Shui? Welcome to LAR. Everyone welcome that new handle. A picture speaks 1,000 words. Shu, I'm going to call you Shu. Everyone welcome Shu. So if you have a screenshot, a picture speaks 1,000 words. We'd love to. 4392 for EuroCAD. Show the chart, Club. And everyone welcome Shui to our community. Make them feel at home. Yeah, that could be. What do what do you guys think of that lead guitar riff right there, huh? Should I keep my day job? Welcome to our community, Shu. So it's not about me or you, it's about everyone. So if you could share your work with some screenshot software, you're contributing to our mastermind. What do you think, guys? Pretty good blues, huh? Lover showing EuroCAD. Okay. So Clever confirming Planet's idea on EuroCAD. This is how LAR works, guys. It's collaboration. Thank you, Clever. Well, it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about everyone. Thank you, Clever. Yeah, Ranko. There must be some kind of way out of here, said the drunkard to the thief. So Canada pulling back into the buy zone here. S&P's coming back. They want to roar into Thursday. About 13 minutes away from speaking to Filippo. Thank you very much, Shu. Let's see what you got here. So first day in, Shu I shares a look, and it's a Ranko chart. So here's someone using Rankos, pound Kiwi. Looks like it's a short position here. Is that correct? I want to thank Shu for his look at the pound Kiwi. Thank you, Shu. I want to thank Shu I for that. Everyone doing okay? So we thank Shu I and we thank Clever for sharing their looks. There you go, John. How are you, John? Okay. Good hunting. So Shu I's a Ranko enthusiast. We have Ranko guy in here. You guys are share that philosophy of using Ranko charts. Ranko charts usually don't have the wicks in them. They're just solid body candles. So I'd like to take a quick poll before our interview. Okay. Okay, we're almost there. Thank you, Goldie. Okay. So most of you have been in other trading rooms, chat rooms before. How does LAR compare to your previous experiences in chat rooms? What do you like most about LAR and least about LAR compared to your experiences in other trading environments or environments where people are sharing their work or you're learning about trading? Any comments before our interview? Looks like we're going to tag the line here. That's a pearl by Clever. Scale in, scale out, piece in, piece out. So we're approaching both the wedge line and horizontal what was horizontal resistance in Canada that now should become horizontal support in USD CAD. So we have a couple of technical reasons for this level to reject this decline. I know I'm old, Clever. Don't remind me. Don't remind me that I'm old. Starting to get a little wick here in USD CAD. Remember, you don't know what kind of candle you have until it closes. You don't know if you're going to get a reversal candle until the time frame closes. So sometimes I'll try and get an edge on something rather than waiting for confirmation. It's a little bit more of a dangerous style than waiting for confirmation. Here we are. Right into Clever's zone. I think 38 was his number. 38 was his number. Okay. Stand by for our interview in 5 minutes. How's everyone doing? We're about to be live on the home page here. Okay, amateur. Yes, okay. So we're getting some screenshots to share right here. Amateur, which I'm hoping I could convince him to change his handle, is sharing the chart with us here. Those of you hearing my voice, I'm Dale Pinkert. I'm the anchor in FX Street's live analysis room. We have a mastermind community of like-minded people sharing their views. Here's one of our new members' look, showing a trend line around 113.40. We're getting some other views as well. John's talking about the euro pound. I've been talking about it being negative since the 75 level. Continue to be under pressure. I'd sell all rallies. I'm looking for 72 to be taken out. Actually have a look where I'm looking for the potential of under the 71 handle in euro pound. Been talking about this setup for a while, showing the weekly chart that I thought euro pound was going to fail up here around 75 and pull back to develop a right shoulder similar to what we could have here with symmetrical shoulder that would come in around the 70 level. So there's a 70 level, 70.50 level in euro pound. That's what I'm looking for. I actually think it's going to be driven more by pound strength than overall dollar strength. So euro pound, looking for it to fall down to this level. At this level, then my preferred long would become the euro, because then I'm expecting an advance over 75 that could take us up towards the 79.80 level, which would still be corrective in the euro pound. So those are a few views that I have. And as I say in the community, it is not about me or you, it's about everyone. So people share their views in here, as you can see. Pictures speak 1,000 words. So we're sharing ideas all day long. Here's a new member, Shuai. He has a trading position. As you can see, different charts are used. Shuai is a Renko user. These are Renko charts. So really a great community to learn how to trade, if you're a good trader, to sharpen your skills. I have an expression here in LAR that if you want to be a star, you'll share your charts in LAR, and it makes you that much more accountable when you're sharing your work. It actually ups your game. So just wanted to give everyone a feel watching this on the home page that LAR is a free community. We also have broadcasts from Yohei Elam in the UK for the European Open. Val is doing an update on Mondays. Dr. Sabiraman is doing an Asian update twice a week on our new 24-hour channel. So programming is beginning to build. And I'm just waiting for Filippo Gioia to join us in a few minutes. And then we'll go ahead with an interview of a self-taught trader. I found Filippo on Twitter, where I find a lot of my guests that I've brought into LAR. Early in the session, we were talking about USD CAD pulling back to this 29.40 support. We're starting to get a reversal candle. Okay, so we're getting a nice bounce. Sharing this live trade in Canada with everyone watching right now. Okay, the link is being sent to Filippo, so stand by. We're getting the reversal, and USD CAD called out well before the fact by a few different members and even me, showing that old resistance, horizontal resistance would become support on this break, and we're already getting a nice little tail on the USD CAD from here. So well done, Larians. Congratulations to Clever on his entry on long USD CAD. Nice look, Forex Stop Hunter, for showing everyone the old resistance, new support, and the wedge line.
Hello?
Nice card. Oh, okay. Yes, hi. Filippo?
Yep.
You're here? Okay, great. So nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, Dale.
All right, so I read a little bit about your bio, and it kind of sounds like my journey, where you just went out there and you tried different things, and you go to webinars, and I had the advantage of learning at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, so if I reached out, at least I was talking to traders in the flesh rather than online. So I've described you as a guy who now wants to help people avoid stepping on the same landmines that you stepped on. And maybe you could give us an idea of how it started for you, and some of the experiences you had being self-taught.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I come from a completely different background. I wasn't a trader to start with. I trained as an accountant in London, but I have always had the buzz in my mind, I guess, and the buzz in my ear to try my hand at trading. And in fact, I spent some years actually investing in the stock market, and with some good success. But part of that was obviously due to the fact that it was during the boom years. And then it came to a point where I discovered technical trading and technical analysis, and and the forex world, and so that got me completely hooked. And that's exactly what I was after, really, in terms of my, my wanting to try my hand at trading rather than investing like I'd done in stocks before.
Any
And
name or methods that were instrumental to you once you found this world?
I approached. Well, I found a group of people who met in London and talked about trading and charts and stuff. And then
Right.
one of them recommended Forex Mentor, which is a website which I think is quite well known in the Forex circles. And so
Who is
that's
that
how.
guy? Whose business is that? I believe I've talked to him before. Who is Forex Mentor?
Forex Mentor. There's a guy called Vic Noble,
Okay.
and you might have heard of him. I don't know. He was, or I followed his, let's say, methodology for a while, and he was quite useful. He taught me some really interesting stuff, but didn't quite cut it for me. So basically, I ended up sort of trying out a few things on my own, and then eventually I sort of realized that it's not about indicators. It's not about because people say, oh, the MACD is pointing up, therefore you buy, or something along those lines. But actually, it's really about price action. And I kept hearing some people say price is the best indicator of all, and I never really know what it meant until by effectively spending countless hours studying the charts and even identifying setups after the event, but still trying to identify the characteristics and the regularities and the patterns in those setups. Then I eventually realized that it's a different thing to say. It's one thing to say the indicators have to line up. It's another thing to say, do you have price effectively on your side? And what I mean by that is that I use a good old-fashioned top-down analysis where I go to the higher time frames first, so the monthly, the weekly, the daily.
Okay.
And I then drill down into the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and then even to all the way down to the 1 minute sometimes, the 1 minute chart, to identify a low-risk, high-probability entry. And so to have price on my side means to have the higher time frames on my side, i.e. the wind in my sails, the momentum. So I go with the momentum. I go with the trend and with the momentum. So I don't want to fight price. Basically, I just want to go with it.
Well, they say, Filippo, that a picture speaks 1,000 words. So I just heard your testimony about your evolution as a trader. If you could share your screen, you go up to the upper left-hand side, and there's a box with a green arrow.
Yep.
And share your setup. I'm guessing that your charts are naked, so I just want to give everyone advance warning that this is X-rated if Filippo has naked charts. Okay. So I'm waiting for your charts to come up. Let's see. It's
I've actually I've got to disappoint you there.
You did, yeah. So I was hearing everything about price action, and now I'm looking at bands, and I'm looking at what is that? Stochastics and okay. So therefore, even a purist likes to have confirmation from the indicators with price action.
That's correct. I will explain how I use indicators. So I have a different focus on indicators than most people. Most people say, as I said before, when the indicators line up, pull the trigger and that's it. Eventually you will be right more often than not. What I do is instead I study price action first. And so I do the top-down analysis. I frame the market with trend lines and wedges and triangles and head and shoulders patterns and so on, without looking at indicators at that stage. When I've determined the directional bias on the higher time frames, I then drill down to the intraday time frames to confirm the directional bias. So from the 4 hour or the 1 hour charts, typically the 1 hour chart I really use as my core chart. For intraday purposes, And then once I've determined the directional bias, I identify a key level for entry, a good level for entry, and then after that, only as a last step, as a confirmation to fine-tune the exact timing of my entry, will I use the indicators. So when they line up, I will pull the trigger, but only after I've done all the analysis for the directional bias in terms of price and the identification of a key level for entry. So
okay, so we're looking at euro right now. Based
yeah.
upon what you use for directional bias, what is your bias right now in the euro?
Okay, I'll show you, because I trade. I'm a day trader, so I may have different longer term views than I do intraday. But let me show you what I would do, what I would have done today, for example, in terms of finding a setup. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say I have a daily chart here, and we have the prices making higher highs and higher lows quite clearly. It then had a retracement for the last 3 or 4 days, and price got to what this blue line is, a 21 EMA, exponential moving average.
Okay.
And
why did you settle on a 21?
Because I just found it works.
Okay. That's a good reason.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's whatever it works for you. Whatever works for you. You know, other people
Okay.
use other EMAs or other indicators, etc. And I use the 8, I use the 21, and I use the 55 EMAs. Okay, these are my 3 sort of it's the triad, as it were.
Okay.
And so price had a retracement and nearly got to the 21 EMA and nearly got to this rising trend line, which to me trend lines are very, very important. And you know, it sort of missed it by about, I don't know, 15 pips or 20 pips or so, and it stopped at the figure 11300. Okay, so on this kind of bounce, there would have been possibly an entry on a lower time frame. So if you then look at the 1 hour chart, you will see that price again started making higher highs and higher lows until it printed at the London Open this big blue impulsive candle. Okay, so that to me would have been a confirmation that the bounce on the daily chart was in play with some momentum, and that therefore there could have been potentially an entry within, or either within the candle or you know, shortly afterwards. So I then would have drilled down to the even lower time frame. So in this case, I think it was a 5-minute setup or something like that. But before going to the lower time frames, I would have identified what to me is a very important level, which is the high from the Asian session. So I have the different days, the different trading days, shaded in different colors. So this sort of slightly darker shaded area is today, and the white shaded area is yesterday. In between, there's the Asian session, which tends to be quite quiet, and especially for the European sort of majors, but it's still and it has a high and a low, and very, very often these high and low from the Asian session are key levels for entry on the lower time frames. So if you look at this swing high here, for example, you have the high on this candle is 113.38. Okay, and so going back to my impulsive candle at the London Open, at that level there would have been an entry on a lower time frame. So I'm going to show it to you now.
Okay, so Asia set up the breakout by being range bound, and Europe is what led the way.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So you would have had this high here, which is the Asian high. I don't know if you can see it very well. I had to shrink the chart to zoom out, that is. But this is the high from the Asian session, this swing high over here,
right.
113.38. So price breaks it, comes back to retest it, and bounces off, and up she goes. So
Nice.
when it comes to that, when it comes to retesting of this key level, then I will look at indicators. I will look at price sort of extending away from the ATMA and then coming back to touch the Bollinger Band. As you can see, it touches the Bollinger Band. In fact, it's twice. It's probably a 5-minute setup, actually not a 3-minute. There we go. It touches the Bollinger Band, and up she goes. So this is where I use the indicators, just to fine-tune the exact timing of my entry, but only as a very, very last step after having analyzed the daily chart and then the 1 hour chart, and having drilled down eventually to find the exact entry. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay, so you do a lot of work to come up with this these trading decisions. You have quite a process.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you've got to think your trades through. You can't just jump in just because you see price moving. There could be all sorts of reasons why price is moving one way and then goes the other. So,
what do you say to people that have FOMO, fear of missing out on trades? And I miss trades every day.
Well, you've got to
okay.
Yeah, you've got to have to learn to live with it, because you can't take them all. It's better to take few good ones than many sort of random ones, as it were. You have to practice your restraint in a way, and practice your psychology. So I say there's a few people who follow me and ask me to show them how I trade, and one of their issues is the psychology. And well, for a start, I always say, well, Warren Buffett famously said, the risk comes from not knowing what you're doing, which is a valid point. A lot of people, there may be nothing wrong with their psychology, it's just that they don't know what they're doing, so they keep taking the wrong trades or mismanaging the trades that they're in. So anyway, apart from that, on a separate level, even if you do know what you're doing or what you should be doing, your psychology may come in and get you to make the wrong decisions. So you've got to practice.
I think a major factor in psychology is people over leveraging. What kind of leverage do you trade with, Filippo?
Yeah, no, I mean, I use my broker's leverage, which I believe is 200 to 1, and I trade 1 or 2 lots depending on the situations, but it's yes, that is definitely a factor. That is definitely a factor, and obviously you've got to keep your risk as small as 1% of your account or thereabouts. Some people use 2%, some people use 0.5 or whatever. But you've got to keep it small enough that it doesn't impact your decision-making process, basically.
But your risk is not assessed by a percentage of the amount of your account. It's more assessed by a signal being negated, correct?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Okay, when you talk about people should only risk 1%, 2% of their account on any one idea, I think there's a difference between having a money stop, which is based upon your account balance, and having a market stop, which is based upon the contingency that got you involved in the trade that was compelling enough for you to take risk, becomes negated.
No, so, that's correct. That's correct. I mean, when I see a setup like the one on the euro that I've just shown you, for example, what I will do is I will set my stop just below that level. Excuse me, just below that level. So when I say just below, I mean 10 pip, 12 pip maximum, which means if price goes to my stop, it means that the setup has failed. So that's enough information for me to establish that the trade has failed. But then obviously it's a different thing to say how much I would have staked on that particular setup in each case. So yeah, absolutely, you're correct.
Okay, so when it comes to your setups, what's your average risk, would you say, in pip terms, using the methodology you use?
Yeah, well, approximately 8 pips on average.
Wow.
And that's because, as I say, I identify the levels for entry very, very precisely. I mean, it's an exact number, and price will sometimes miss it or overshoot it by 2 or 3 pips, but never by much more than that. And therefore, if it does, it means the trade has failed. And therefore, when I see it, price moving against me, even if originally I may have had a 10 or 12 pip stop, I will start reducing it right away, and very often I will exit my trade even before it takes my full stop, just because I see that it's failing. So So yeah, that keeps the risk very, very small. That's the beauty of this methodology, really.
Okay, and what's your average profit potential risking 12?
Well, it's about 2.5, let's say 2.5 times, 2.5 to 1.
Okay.
So we're talking about, I don't know, 18, 20 pips or whatever it is compared to 8. So and I in theory the trades run for more, but obviously I scale out my positions while the trade is in progress, because obviously I don't want to, I don't want to sort of lose what I've made so far. I want to take partial profits and see how it goes. That's the way I manage my trades. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you have any macro views on what's happening here? We have the ECB this Thursday. The dollar's been fairly weak recently, especially with risk on in equities. You have a view on the dollar and the euro besides short-term views here? I assume if you do look at weeklies and dailies and you use your telescope, which I'm not sure how useful that is when you're drilling down using 1-minute charts or shorter term, do you have a macro view on what's happening here in FX markets?
I do have a micro view. So you have a number of very interesting themes playing out. First of all, the dollar is the big one basically that everyone's talking about, and I have a very interesting chart which is actually from the FX Street website, the US dollar index chart, and which is the monthly chart. Now you can see that price has been going up in a long-term uptrend very, very sharply, and then it's been consolidating and retracing for the last 3, 6, 7 months basically, including this one. Now this purple line, I don't know if you can see it very well at your end, but this purple line is the ATMA, which I follow religiously, as I was saying earlier, and you can see how well price respected it until now. Basically now we are challenging it again to the downside, and if this month closes below the ATMA, it's going to be quite an important signal. So I think this is a really critical juncture in the market, when the market was kind of pricing in a rate hike from the Fed in September, and then eventually was disappointed. Now they're talking about December, but some people are even talking about March next year. So there's a lot of uncertainty now in the market, and price is basically stalling to reflect that. Once there is a bit more visibility and more clarity on that front, then you might be able to see price either resuming the uptrend with a lot of momentum and impulse, I would have thought, or
where's that 18? Where's that 18-week, 18-month EMA coming in? 95.
This is the 8 EMA. It's about 9,500. Yes.
And it's what, the 8 what?
The 8 EMA.
8.
Yeah. Not 18. It's 8.
8. Okay, so it's an 8-week EMA.
8. Well, in this case, it's a monthly chart, so it's an 8-month EMA.
Okay, an 8-month EMA. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a 9,500. So.
Okay, because we only have about 11 days left in the month, so you don't know what kind of candle you have until the month ends, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So the close of this month, it'll be interesting to see where we are really with respect to the ATMA.
Would you expect possibly a decline to your blue? I'm not sure what EMA that is, back down towards under 92.
It's possible. It's possible that price basically will set up for my sort of kind of setup in the sense of having the Bollinger Bands, in the same way set up as I use for my lower time frame setups, because my these setups are scalable to any time frame. So it could well be that actually price is loading up on the monthly time frame to set up and touch the Bollinger Band, which you can't see from here because I haven't set it up like that on this particular chart. But
where would that band come in?
Roughly just below the blue line, I would have thought 9,200, but that would take a lot of retracement. So it will, I don't know if it's very likely to do that, but it's possible that there's going to be a deeper retracement before then price resumes the uptrend, because at the end of the day, even if the rate cycle starts a bit later on in the US, it's still a new rate cycle, and it hasn't been like that for 7 or 8 years now, and so the dollar is bound to become stronger and stronger, in my view.
Well, maybe I mean, even taking it down to 90 would not upset the bull case. That'd be halfway back.
That's correct. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Nice look.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Filippo.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Then obviously you've got the ECB on Thursday, and they there's talk that they might enhance their QE program, so that would obviously push the euro down some more. Let's have a look at the daily chart. This is a weekly, actually. So if you look at this monthly chart, for example, this is a monthly chart for euro US dollar. You can see the price is in a downtrend, then it consolidated, and it's basically touched the Bollinger Band here, just above the ATMA, and it might well be that on Thursday it's going to resume to the downside to resume the downtrend, basically on the back of the ECB decision, if they do end up enhancing their QE program. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do on Thursday.
Okay.
So these are the two biggest themes, at the moment. And then obviously there's the Bank of England, who are saying they're going to follow the rate cycle from the US. Sometime next year, they said, and so we'll have to see what happens there. Then there's the Bank of Japan, who have been kind of toing and froing a little bit. There was talk that they were going to enhance their QE program on their part, and then they said that it wasn't necessary, and so we'll have to see what happens there. But it doesn't seem to be the hottest theme at the moment. It's more US dollar and euro and pound, really, in my mind.
Right, and all of them with central bank actions or activity or news in the next week. ECB, followed by the BOJ, I believe, next week, and the Fed. Correct?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So that would bring me to another point. Do you trade red events, or you stand aside, Filippo?
Sometimes I do. If it happens to set up so clearly that it's absolutely compelling, then I will, but not all the time. Sometimes it's just too difficult to tell. It's just too close to call. So it depends really on the day, and any circumstances is different, and I have to see price telling me what it's going to do. The last ECB announcement I actually did trade, and it was quite a nice trade. But it set up so clearly that it wasn't, to me there was no doubt what it was going to do. So,
so Draghi was successful in talking the euro down a month ago.
Correct.
But it only lasted maybe one more day afterwards. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So maybe what we have here, I'm just guessing, is that if the euro is selling off into the Draghi speech, that perhaps this time it sets up a buying opportunity sooner than it did last time.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what happens on the day.
That's Elster Pinkert stuff. So, what kind of business do you have besides trading your own account, Filippo? You have an education type business. I know you have a blog. What do you do besides trading for a living?
Yeah, as I mentioned to you on my bio, I have a website through which I acquire any students who would like to learn the way I trade. Because originally I had a few guys who said to me, we've known each other from various groups and websites, like Forex Mentor, for example, before, but I like the way you approach the markets and you study price, etc. So can you teach me? So that's how it all started, almost a year ago now. And so I have I do one-to-one tuition services, and weekly once a week webinars where I show the setups, I answer questions, I talk about the markets and what's happened,
You can show your website now if you'd like to.
okay, yeah, I'll put it up.
This is your commercial, Filippo. Oh,
Yeah.
there's Yohei Elam on that last page you showed. So it's called, the website address is what? www.forexcorporation.com?
And it's forexcorporation.webs.com.
Okay.
So yeah, it's hosted by one of those web hosting services, and yeah, that's where basically people can see what I offer in terms of products and services, and I've also got a page where I actually explain the setups in terms of the indicators, but as I've shown you earlier, it's more about price action and doing your analysis first and then identifying the setups. So but it's very how can I put it? It's a very friendly service. So yeah, I offer support throughout on email, on Skype, and it's not just about the webinars or the one-to-one tuition. So yeah, that's basically what I do.
Okay, well, I appreciate you spending some time with us and providing some views and sharing your methods, Filippo. So I wish you good hunting. Thanks for joining us today. And the best way for people to follow you are to go to your website. Your Twitter handle is @Filippo_Goya. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. It's actually on the on my website, which is forexcorporation.webs.com. There is my contact details. So there's my Skype handle, there's my email, there's my Twitter handle, and there's my blog address. So people just can go there and contact me if they want.
Well, thank you, Filippo. Good hunting into the ECB and beyond. And thank you so much for joining us and sharing your journey with us today.
Thank you so much, Dale, for having me. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure.
Thank you. Good hunting, buddy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Filippo Gioia, @Filippo_Gioia. Perhaps Mauricio can post his, whoops, I think my mouse has run out of juice. Perhaps Mauricio, yep, my mouse has run out of juice. There you go. Okay, you guys enjoy that interview with Filippo? Pound still doing nothing. Okay. Glover's buying the kiwi. Thank you, Mauricio. So I'm going to have to use my pad to move around now. Canada trade still holding up. Wow, got through that support. Here we are right here in Canada now. You're welcome. So glad so far Canada's gotten a little deeper than I thought it would be. Yen is still pushing. Guppy's trying to run into some resistance here. Everyone doing okay? We have about 15 minutes left in the day. Everyone having a good day? Give me a Y if you're having an okay day. I'm keeping my powder dry till Thursday. How you doing, Malcolm, Khalid, Ross, Ali, MRC, Maksud, Abel, Jax, Peg? How are my trading warrior brothers and sisters doing with 15 minutes left to go in their session? Everyone doing all right? There's a 1 hour guppy. Still not telling me anything yet. Okay. So the S&Ps are marching toward that 2047 level. Only another 10 handles or so away. Nice trade, Planet. What's your favorite thing about LAR, guys? Our last 12 minutes here. Your favorite aspect of our community? Yeah, I noticed that. Well, we're only 10 handles away from your S&P number, right, Club? 10 handles away. $20.78. Okay. Okay, thank you, John. See you, Ved. Snaga. Snaga, buddy. Guppy's still moving. Euro pulling back. Very weak retrace. Surprised the CAD's not getting a pop out of it. We went right to Clubber's number, I believe, at 38 on USD CAD. Okay, Clubber's long now. Thanks for sharing that trade in advance, Clubber. It's nice when people share their entries before the fact instead of after. It gives us time to consider it. Give me a Y if you understand that. When people provide their ideas before the market gets there, gives each and every one of us time to go over our work and see if it's compelling to us as well. Okay. Everyone doing okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone for your contributions today. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for sharing your work with everyone today. Everyone doing all right? Thank you, Clever. Young's rallying with the S&Ps. Okay, everyone, I'm going to do a wrap up now. Stand by for the wrap up. And excuse my slowness because my mouse is not functioning. I need a battery. So like you millennials, I'll use the touchpad. Starting off with Euro USD, still my view that there's potential for Euro USD to rally back towards this 113 level. So I'm having trouble scaling over here now. Thank you. You're very welcome. Expecting US dollar yen to peak out with the S&P rallying around the 2050 range. I'm thinking Thursday's an inflection point, so looking for reasons to short US dollar yen. Still think that before this dollar rally peaks, USD CAD could rally one more time to above 131. Clubber made a very nice observation today with S&P's rallying. I think you could sell almost any yen cross potentially into the ECB. And that's a wrap for me. Thank you, Clubber. I want to thank everyone for their contributions. Jax and Abel and Pegasus and the Grays, MRC, Ali, Ross, Khalid, Alien, Malcolm, Tico, everyone, John, Jax, everyone who shared their work. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, a day before the Fed. Appreciate everyone's willingness to collaborate for a few hours a day. And with that, I say adios, amigos. Good hunting the rest of your day. Keep some powder dry for Thursday after Draghi. I think there'll be some inflection points within maybe the same day, at least within a few days of the ECB. My view is it's going to set up a shorting opportunity in equities in the dollar after Draghi. So I'll see everyone later. You're very welcome. Adios. Thank you, FX Street. Mauricio, thank you, FX Pro. Change your handle, amateur. Change it to apprentice. Go from amateur to apprentice. Okay? I'll see everyone tomorrow. Thank you.